The video opened with darkness and a whisper. A foreign voice promised truth, danger, and raw humanity. He said he would sleep where others wouldn't, to show the world what poverty looked like. Millions clicked. Few asked who would pay the price when the camera turned off. He called it an experiment, a night in a Manila slum, filmed for honesty, framed as courage. The thumbnail showed rusted roofs and narrow alleys. The title hinted at fear. What it never mentioned was the quiet dignity of the people who lived there long before his lens arrived. His name was Viktor Sokolov, a Russian influencer known for extreme immersion, war zones, border crossings, abandoned prisons. Manila was new content. He flew in with a small crew, a stabilizer and a plan. Sleep among the poor, narrate survival, harvest authenticity for views. The community sat along a tidal estuary, houses stacked from scrap wood and tin. Children played barefoot. Vendors cooked rice over charcoal. It was poor, yes, but ordered, alive. Victor didn't see that. His voiceover described danger. His camera hunted decay, not people. When Victor arrived at dusk, phones lifted quietly, not to film him, but to warn neighbors. A foreigner was coming, sleeping outside, broadcasting. Some were confused, others wary. A few laughed softly. Outsiders passed through often. Few stayed. Fewer tried to perform poverty as spectacle. Victor set his mat near a narrow walkway. He spoke of vulnerability, of risk. He counted how many people stared. He mistook curiosity for threat. He mistook silence for menace. Above him, laundry swayed. Nearby, someone fixed a broken chair with wire and patience. As night deepened, his narration sharpened. He whispered about sounds, footsteps, shadows. He mentioned crime statistics from memory. The camera lingered on dark corners. Off frame, a woman closed her store early and told her son to keep watch, not because of him, but for him. Rain began lightly. Victor hadn't planned for it. His tarp was thin. He laughed nervously, calling it part of the challenge. 2 houses away, an old man noticed the water pooling. He tapped his granddaughter's shoulder and pointed. She nodded, already standing. Without asking, they adjusted a plastic sheet, angling it over Victor's mat. He startled, then smiled for the camera. He thanked them in broken English. He framed it as kindness amid chaos. He didn't ask their names. He didn't turn the camera off. The rain strengthened. So did the response. Someone brought rope. Another raised a crate. A temporary shelter formed, practiced, and efficient. Victor narrated survival while being protected. He called it unexpected generosity. He never questioned why people with so little gave so quickly. Late night brought hunger. Victor mentioned it theatrically. He hadn't eaten to heighten realism. Off camera, a pot simmered. Rice and dried fish. A woman hesitated, then filled a bowl. She placed it near him and walked away before he could refuse. Victor filmed the food, his voice softening. He spoke of humility. He ate. He did not notice the woman return home to less. He did not notice the children splitting what remained. The camera captured gratitude, but not the quiet arithmetic of sacrifice. Sleep came unevenly. Victor woke often, narrating each sound. What he didn't hear were footsteps circling, deliberate and calm. 2 men rotated watch. Not for content. For duty. Foreigners brought attention. Attention could bring trouble. Tonight, the neighborhood chose prevention. At dawn, Victor ended the experiment. He looked tired, triumphant. He said he survived the night. He praised resilience. He framed himself as witness. The sun revealed swept pathways, repaired boards, a community already moving toward another working day. The video went live within hours. Views climbed fast. Comments praised his bravery. Some criticized exploitation. Victor defended himself. He said he showed reality. He said awareness mattered. He did not mention the food, the shelter, the watch. Those moments were edited short. 2 days later, Victor returned. No camera this time, only a phone in his pocket. He said he wanted follow-up shots. The welcome was polite, restrained. The same woman nodded. The old man smiled. No one asked about the video. They had seen it. A teenager spoke first. quiet, direct. He asked why the night looked dangerous when it wasn't, why their help looked accidental, why fear was louder than faces. Viktor stumbled. Algorithms, he said. Storytelling. The boy waited, unconvinced. Another voice joined. A mother asked why he ate their food, but didn't show what it cost. A vendor asked why he called it survival, when he never faced eviction, hunger, or tides. Each question was calm. Each landed heavier than accusation. Viktor felt something shift. Not anger from them, but disappointment. He realized the contrast. He borrowed risk. They lived responsibility. He borrowed poverty. They carried it with order and care. The experiment collapsed under its own framing. He asked to speak without filming. He apologized haltingly. He said he thought attention helped. The old man nodded and replied simply, "Attention can harm when it forgets respect." No sermon, no raised voice, just fact delivered gently. That night, Viktor slept in a hotel. He couldn't rest. He replayed comments, faces, unanswered questions. The numbers on his channel felt hollow. He drafted a new upload, then deleted it. The story no longer belonged to him. A week later, Viktor posted again. No thumbnail drama. No fear language. He removed ads. He spoke plainly. He acknowledged framing, omission, benefit. He redirected revenue to housing repairs without naming individuals, without spectacle. The video performed worse. Fewer views. Less praise. Viktor accepted it. He had learned that truth rarely trends. Meanwhile, the neighborhood repaired a walkway damaged by rain. Life continued, measured by tides and meals, not metrics. Months passed. Viktor left the Philippines. His channel changed. Less extremes, more listening. He never repeated the stunt. In Manila, children still played by the water. The woman still cooked. The old man still watched the rain. Visitors came and went. Cameras appeared sometimes. The community remained consistent. Help was given quietly. Boundaries held. They had no manifesto, only habits shaped by necessity and care. The moral contrast endured. A foreign authority arrived seeking proof of hardship. He found instead a mirror. His power lay in reach. Theirs in response. His night was content. Their night was protection. No confrontation went viral. No argument was filmed. The reckoning happened in pauses, in withheld smiles, in questions asked without heat. It was enough. What stayed with Viktor was not fear, but shame sharpened into responsibility. He learned that witnessing requires consent, context, and cost. Without them, truth becomes theft. For the neighbors, nothing changed because nothing needed to. They had acted as they always did. Humanity was not a performance. It was routine, and that is what the camera could never fully capture. When exploitation arrives dressed as curiosity, Filipino humanity answers without spectacle and quietly wins.